Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming back. Um, we're here. We're about to talk to Pavel because we need to make arrangements for a ceremony for Tamlin. We have the nice fire here. I've turned up the music and the sound effects just a little bit because I found from the last episode it was just a little too quiet. I think this may be all the adjusting I need to do for now. I think we're good at this point. But let's discuss with Pavel and see what needs to happen. But before I do that, I'm very tempted by these chests. They're just sparkling over here. Is there something I missed? Okay, 5.5. That's already the same stuff that I already have. Um, I don't want that, and then I can't open that. Yeah. Okay, so never mind. All right, let's talk to Pavel and see what will happen.
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened, Dalen? Is he truly lost to us?
I didn't see what happened exactly, but I trust the Grey Warden, and I believe that he is dead. It's been days since he's been taken and tainted by the Darkspawn. So, yes, Haran, he is dead.
So, another of our children has perished. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
That was an interesting little prayer there. Uh, Thank you for that, but I don't recognize that poem.
Our ancestors did not age as we do. The Shemlin brought a quickening to our blood that changed us forever. Instead of death, those weary of life would pass into Uthanera, the waking slumber. In doing this, they made way for the young. It was supposed to be a beautiful time, a celebration of the Elder's long life and contribution to his people. Alas, we have no such ceremonies these days.
I see. I do remember the quickening of the elven races. So the Keeper wants me to tell you to prepare a service. For Tamlin, of course.
Of course. We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper, it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on.
Absolutely. And thank you, Haran. I appreciate it.
You know, it's imperative now more than ever to pass on what we know to the young. Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
Of course, Haran. Let's...
Come then. Help me as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalen?
All right, here we go. Well, very long time ago, we were slaves to the humans.
Yes, slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
But the humans, they wouldn't let us be.
They were resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
And then the humans declared war on the Dales.
And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
And we chose wandering the lands rather than the human rule. But there were those that stayed in the cities.
To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenan have a homeland once more.
And we shall return the old ways to those who have lost them.
We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elvenon. Never again shall we submit.
Thank you for your forbearance, Dalen. You remember both the tale and the oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get on with your business now.
Yes, indeed, but I do not know everything. I would like to hear more about our history.
Now that's something I rarely hear. Of course.
Tell me about Arlathan. What was it like?
Ah, yes. The Lost City. Before the Shemlen enslaved us, even before they came to this part of the world, our people lived in glorious Arlathan. Legends say that our ancestors were immortal, and we possessed magic the Shemlen could only dream of.
Wow. So, long ago, humans were basically immortal, and it's only due to the humans that there was a quickening. And Arlathan was like the mecca, in a sense, of the elven people. Well, what about books? Are there any books that record our history?
When the humans enslaved us, they took away our language, our history, and our immortality. We quickened to the pace of life and retained nothing of ourselves. We were slaves for so long that even when we became free, there was little for us to recover. If books still exist, I do not know of them.
I see. So why do the Shims allow us to exist if they hate us so much?
Perhaps they have no choice. Dalish clans are scattered to the winds and rarely gather, which makes us difficult for any organized effort to destroy. And why bother? We have nothing they want. No land, no treasure, and we always move on, allowing no one to grow too angry with us. Some might see this as cowardly, but we are proud. We are the last, and we will survive.
I see. And what about the elves that didn't join the Dalish? What happened to them? The city elves.
They remain in human cities, forgetting all they once had. We call them flat ears, but they differ little from their Shemlen masters. A few may return, but we must accept that they know nothing of the lore, or why we keep it.
I see. And do you think that we'll ever find a homeland? A homeland that can't be ruined by the Shimlen?
We can hope to find a new home one day, where the Dalish and the Flat Ears will build a land greater even than Arlathan. We shall teach the Flat Ears the lore they lost, and perhaps they will teach us to understand the Shemlen at last. That is the only way we shall truly live in peace.
I find it amazing that you have the open mind to understanding the Shimlen. You don't seem to be closed-minded at all. Thank you for all of that lore. I appreciate it. I'll keep it alive.
Then I'm sure you have much to do, unless you've other questions.
I actually do. Since you seem to know so much about lore, I was wondering, what do you know about the Darkspawn?
Only that they eat living flesh, and lurk in underground tunnels, once ruled by the Dergenlen, the dwarves. In the last blight long ago, the Grey Wardens all but wiped them out. Should they return, all races will shudder.
I see. Did the elves ever live in caves?
I've never heard of such a thing. But in the days of ancient Arlathan, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlin, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then, but all knowledge from that era is lost.
I see. I should go, but thank you for all of this information.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
Now, he keeps calling me Dalen, and I don't exactly know what Dalen means. But I assume it's just a common word for someone of the Dalish. It almost sounds like the word Dalish. Um, so at this point, I believe I am going to Hunter Aravel. So I love to hear about that background story and to learn about the history of the elves and, where we came from. Um, Vital, important world building information. It's Keeper Marethari, and Duncan.
Your keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
Me, a Grey Warden? This sounds like madness. In fact, that's my exact reaction is here.
This is not madness, Dalen. Your survival depends on it.
The darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that, but it means joining us.
Wow. So my only chance to be saved is to join the Grey Wardens. I see. Then, in that case, I really don't have much choice. I will join you. But not just because I want to be cured, but because I admire the Grey Wardens. And I admire their purpose and I admire their cause. And I will be devoted to that same cause.
I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalen. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go?
I would like to stay for Tamlin's funeral. It is the least I could do.
We have much ground to cover, but I cannot deny you that. Say your farewells. Then we must be off.
Come then, Dalen. Before the Creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time.
Thank you, Keeper. Goodbye, everyone.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan, I didn't expect
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Hello, I am Theron, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable skill and honor.
Thank you. Do you know of the Dalish, King Cailan?
I wish I knew more, but your people aren't exactly fond of mine. For good reason. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens will benefit greatly with you amongst them. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Wow, I didn't know things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Indeed. It almost seems like he doesn't take the Darkspawn very seriously at all.
True. Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Right. I can't wait to see the archdemon and pierce an arrow right through his heart. So, what would you have him do?
Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
The joining ritual? What do you mean? What ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The joining is what will cure you of the suffering your tainted blood surely brings you.
I see.
If it had been possible, I would have done it before now.
Well, why didn't you tell me about this cure before?
It is a secret, and it is not a simple antidote. The joining is what will make you a Grey Warden.
I see. But I don't understand the secrecy.
The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
I trust you. So, am I the only recruit that you have?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
I see. So, what do you need me to do then?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Alrighty. So we've got some nice lore to read. We've learned a lot of things. Ostagar, joining the Grey Wardens. So much is going on. Just like I had talked about previously, the king, or I don't think he's the king, but the commander there that we were talking to, he desires for the day, the battles of old, when he got to fight the Dark Ones and the tainted god that we were reading in the lore from earlier. So that's going to be very interesting. There was a lot of locations that were talked about. Looks like I can zoom out here. And I can't zoom out any further. I'm not sure. Still can't zoom out any further. But here we are in Ostagar, which is sort of the hideout. Not the hideout, but the camp or the castle where some of the Grey Wardens are staying. We know that there's a few more recruits. We need to talk to Alistair, one of the other Grey Wardens. The Quartermaster. We have the Kennel Master. I guess that's a mission. Plot giver and a plot point. Okay, so that's a plot giver. Okay, and then this is the King's Highway, which just exits this area, but I'm not going to exit the area. There's no other places to touch over here, so I just need to go across the bridge here. But even though I do need to go across that other bridge, there's a few things that I need to do. Number one, I still have not applied the skill points when I leveled up near the end of last episode. So I'm going to do that right now. I believe I have some points that are available. I can level up here. So let's level up. I have 3 attributes available, and again, I'm going to go off of the things that I think are going to give me the most benefit, such as dexterity, willpower, which I believe for warriors and rogues, willpower grants more stamina for combat techniques. So I definitely need that. And I also need cunning, which determines how well character learns and reasons. I definitely need that. Maybe my dexterity is pretty high and I need a little bit more constitution, but I'm going to forgo the constitution just because I'm playing on easy. Because I'm playing on easy because I only really care about the lore and story. I'm not totally interested in having a challenging combat experience. Um, and these are I still don't have that. Next, we're going to level up something here. I really enjoy the archery that I'm going for, but I don't want to neglect my rogue stuff. Below the belt, I thought I had that. Yeah, I have that right here. Oh, dirty fighting. That's not below the belt. Deft hands. This requires 10 cunning. It opens locks and spotting traps. This has been useful. There were a few locks I've seen. And so far, what is this? A carefully aimed shot hampers the target's ability to fight by reducing attack and defense if it hits, although the shot inflicts only normal damage. The Master Archer talent adds an attack bonus while firing the crippling shot. Got you. So this seems good. I'm going to go with Deft Hands, I think, because I think being able to open locks and disarming traps are going to be very useful for me. So there's that. We still have the lore tactics slot acquired. I don't exactly know what that means, but we have one. Oh, I see. This is like how the kind of the AI that how you want the AI to work. So there's that. I do want to explore this area just in case there's any lore books or scrolls sitting around that I can read and learn about. Because if there is, then I'm definitely going to want to see it because that's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy. Um, at the moment, yeah, general behavior, gotcha. I'm not going to pay attention to this too much because I am not interested in being a master tactician on the combat field per se. So yeah, we've got a massive courtyard here, a very large, beautiful area, and I'm sure there's quite the view over here. Oh, what is this? Oh, elf fruit. I know that we need that for potions. I don't know how to make potions yet, but I know that that stuff is needed for potions. We've got a guard, a soldier here, taking a look. And here we are. We've got a giant view out here. I can zoom out a bit. No, that's not actually good. But yeah, very interesting. We've got a guard keeping watch. I feel like a guard myself. I feel very included and welcome here in this city. Um, so that's always nice. Um, okay. So there was no scrolls or books that I see. Just for the sake of time, uh, I'm very tempted to run, just because it would save time, but it's not very immersive. Um, There's the soldier just patrolling, making sure that we're safe from a wave of darkspawn attack. We've got some more elf root, and at some point I'll learn how to make potions. I don't know how to make them yet. I don't know if there's like some special equipment that I need. Um, got another soldier out here. Wow, look at this. The place is a little bit falling apart though. As you can see, there used to be a roof on this thing. Hello, sir.
Make a watch over you, my lord.
And you as well. My goodness, he called me my lord. Not to worry, sir, I'm not a lord. I'm but a mere recruit. Okay, so I'm gonna give in to my temptation and come back over this way. I just wanted to check to make sure if there was any scrolls or lore that might be there. Um, and I can't go that way. Actually, can I? This is the tower. You can't unlock the Tower of Ishal. And if we look at our map, that's over in this area. We don't have access to that area. Okay, so there was nothing there. I didn't find anything, no scrolls. I do see another elf root over in that area, though.
It will be done.
And so we're going to come back this way. And I haven't forgotten about that lore that we got in our codex. I will be reading that lore before this episode. Actually, we're going on 28 minutes now. Let's see. I like to go about 30 minutes per episode, so I'll probably end this episode. Actually, I'll read one bit of
Grey
lore.
Warden recruit that
You know what?
Duncan brought.
I am.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Ah, well, I am actually looking for a Grey Warden named Alistair.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
Gotcha. And where's Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
Can you tell me about Ostagar?
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Interesting. So where is the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does.
I see. What about the Circle of Magi? Are they here?
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
The Tranquil? I don't know what that is. I think I hear dogs barking.
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
My goodness. Alright, well, is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
I see. I wanted to ask you something
Go on,
else. Well, actually, I've changed my mind. I'll be on my way.
Good luck to you, then.
And Ostagar. Perfect. So we've got some juicy lore to get into. Really juicy stuff. I cannot wait to get into this lore. Okay, so that looks like maybe that's the Circle of Magi. It's definitely the Circle of Magi. I have no clue what they're doing over there. No idea. So this is one of the king's encampments here at Ostagar. We've got some different people here. We've got a soldier,
Good folk of Faroe,
Winne.
and we contemplate the death that may await. Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the Maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the Maker, go with our blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
My goodness, I almost teared up. That was beautiful. Okay. That was amazing. Well, we've got some really awesome lore to read. I'm going to save that for next episode because we're pushing 30 minutes here. We're a little over. So, thank you all for joining me. And next episode will probably be more lore focused because we have a lot of lore to catch up on that codex. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will see you next time.